Wow, we're looking at a contrast this morning for a few minutes. This is Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. We're looking at a contrast between a lost man and a saved man. There are many lost men in the high principalities of our world today. And anybody who has sold out to Satan or follows the devil, there is no truth in him. He is a liar. He's a thief, he's a cheat, he's everything that could possibly be. You say, well, I know some men that are pretty honest and they're pretty good and they're pretty fair. Well, they might be, but according to the Bible, until they ask the Lord to save them, they're classified as servants of the devil, and a servant of the devil can be taken at any time that the master of the devil, his master of the devil, wants to take him. I can tell you what, money will make a wretch out of the best of physical men who think that they're good. And money, that's the reason our high officials are so corrupt today, because of the love of money. And but corrupt officials in high places breed more corruption. Now, I made a complaint about a large company in the United States of America who is in robbing people blatantly on their bills, and they get away with it. And they got the worst service of any company in the world, and they get away with it. And so there is a place where you can notify officials. And these officials are supposed to go to that company and straighten them out. But do you think that's going to happen? The reason why is that company has stolen enough money from the people it does business with to bundle up a handful and give it to this guy that's supposed to be over them, that's supposed to be telling them, hey, clean this up or we're going to put you out of business. They'll say, well, hey, here, when you run the next campaign, we'll put $50,000 right on the top. Well, that guy's not going to go. I'm just one customer. I don't amount to nothing. And one customer doesn't amount to anything to these big companies. They're just one customer. And so therefore here we are. We're stuck in a rut, in a place where money has corrupted this world. And the love of money, the Bible said, will corrupt. Now, and the principalities and the chief rulers that belong to the devil in high rank in Satan's kingdom, the Bible talks about them, that they are rebels and that they are without excuse. And those who deliver their power and execute the will of the chief ruler, which is the devil. And these are people that execute the will of the devil. And they subdue people. You say, who in the world are going to be the people in the United States of America that come out and kill the Christians? Before we get out of this thing, we're going to have people putting us off the air, putting us out of the mainstream. They're going to say, well, you can't say the word God. You can't worship your God in America unless it's a false God. And that's coming about. And when it does, they're going to actually probably be some martyrs on this earth in the United States of America. They're going to be killed. Who's going to kill them? That's going to be those people who think they're righteously killing. It's called righteous killing. And they think that they're righteous to do it because it's opposite of the way they think. And, that's what Hitler thought, too. If you think opposite the way he thinks, you ought to be dead. And there are many people in the world today that think if you think opposite from what they think, the best way to deal with you is to kill you. Because they can't bring you under their subjection. So... and that's where we're coming to today. And it's spiritual wickedness in high places. And the spirits, those spiritual wickednesses are not the Spirit of God. They are the spirits of Satan. When Satan left heaven, he carried a third part of the angels with him. He had deceived a third part of a numerable number of angels and took a third part with him. And they have become his ministers, his ministering spirits. And they're about seeking whom they may devour. And the Lord said to Peter, he said, Peter, these guys are out there, they're out there seeking whom they can devour. They're sifting. They're going to sift you. And they're going to sift every Christian that is a born-again believer. Now, what Jesus is doing, he's changing the mind. Man has a vain mind. He has a vain mind. In Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 11, he says, man has a vain mind. And the dark sayings are not understandable, and they are alien from God's life. There are dark sayings in the Bible that say that God will change your mind to a mind of understanding. But you cannot get those until you change your spirit. The spirit man was sold in sin. The Bible said man was born of woman, a few days and full of trouble, and he's sold in spirit. Have you ever seen a person you had to teach how to lie? No way, Jose. You're born knowing how to lie. A baby, the first thing a baby will do, he's laying there, he's not wet, he hasn't got a problem at all or anything. He would like some attention, so he cries. And when he cries, you say, well, there's got to be something wrong with him. No, he just wants attention. He wants you to pick him up and give him some attention. Well, the minute you do that, he stops crying. You lay him back down, he cries again. He's lying to you, telling you there's something wrong when there isn't. And so that's the beginning right there. And having been one time a child myself, and can think back at the things that I did, some of the things I did, I see my little grandchildren right now that are coming out doing that. I have some grandchildren. Daddy says to them, hey, empty your pockets before you leave. You say, how much stuff can a 6-year-old get in his pockets? He can get a heap. He can get a heap of stuff in his 6-year-old pockets. And so that is natural. That is the natural man. The natural man receiveth not the things of God, or does do the things of God. That has to be changed. That spirit has to be changed, and it will be changed. Look, get in the book of Ephesians. Excuse me, that's bad, but I just get in the book of Ephesians and look what we're supposed to be. Well, all right, first thing we become is apostles. And we're going to be soldiers. In Philippians 2 and 25, it said, be good soldiers. In 2 Timothy 2 and 3 and 4, it said, war a good war. Fight a good fight. Be a soldier. And then in Titus 1 and 7, he'd be a steward. Be a good steward. Be a good steward. And then in Acts 1 and 8, it says, be a witness. Isaiah 62 said, be a watchman. Standing on the wall of salvation, be a watchman. And then he said, in Revelation 1 and 20, at the end of it, you're going to become a star. You are going to be one of God's stars. You are going to be a constant light, not a twinkling light, not blinking off and on, but a constant light. A light like the North Star, which doesn't twinkle. It's a steady, non-pulsating star that just shines straight. And that's what we're going to be one day. We're going to be the stars of heaven. You and I are going to light like that. The Bible said, man,